Welcome back to Primetime Live. We will get back to the action momentarily, but right now I'm joined at ringside once again by the president of the United Wrestling Network and the executive producer of Primetime Live, Mr. David Marquez. And David, it kind of feels like deja vu. We're sitting here once again. A couple of weeks ago, of course, we were discussing the upcoming match between Chris Dickinson and Mike Bennett that will determine the first ever United World Champion. But from what I understand, you're here today to discuss something a little more global.
That's right. You know, there's so much going on Earth. Stuff we have no control over. We hinted at it last time you and I spoke, and that's why we're postponing the championship finals. But with the pandemic and the holidays coming up, and the way the world is, we just don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
So for the people watching, you may or may not know this, but we shoot this in California, a very strict state when it comes to COVID-19. So we don't know where this is going to go. We're hearing stuff daily on the news and from Sacramento, and we hope to be able to continue to do this. We're so fortunate to do this. Right. But we're going to take a break. So on this program, this is our last live broadcast of 2020. And so we'll be returning in 2021 with the same stuff you guys are enjoying right now. Right. And then soon, we're going to crown a world champion.
I think it's important to remember, like you mentioned, it is 2020. A lot of us are waiting for 2020 to end, but 2021, there's a lot of uncharted waters, not only in professional wrestling, but in society as a whole, and we truly don't know what is in the future. So right now, it's best for the United Wrestling Network to essentially take a break for the holidays.
That's right. And, you know, you hear people all the time, and it's wishful thinking. You know, they're like, we're just going to flip that calendar, the new number is going to be here, and everything's going to magically, you know, be fixed. Right. But we know the truth. That's not what's going to happen. So, and then there's a new administration coming in, and we don't know what those rules are going to be, and what other policies are going to be put on top of us, and just day-to-day life. Like just us here today, we experienced it at lunch. You just can't necessarily walk up to a restaurant and go and enjoy yourself. So, you know, there's a lot of things happening. And we just feel the best thing to do is to take a knee for a couple of weeks, let everybody enjoy the holiday and get their heads straight and see what's going to happen. And it gives us an opportunity to plan. You know, a lot of things in pro wrestling, like this doesn't happen. Right. You know, telling real life stuff.
Right, you and I having a candid conversation about more than just professional wrestling. There's actually a world outside of professional wrestling, and it's really a big part of what we're doing here.
That's right. Yeah. So I just want the viewers to know that we're here for you, and we want to give you the best programming possible. And we don't like to keep, you know, changing the card and doing all this stuff. It's just not right. You know, card subject to change is there, but I hate the fact that we have to use it.
And the competitors want to compete.
Absolutely.
And so we want to give them the best opportunity to do that.
That's right. So we will have a champion, a world champion here shortly. The match will be Mike Bennett and Chris Dickinson. That we know. It's going to be at a future date. I appreciate everyone who's joined us over these 12 weeks. It's been fantastic. I've been in broadcasting and pro wrestling for 30 years. And boy, this is one of my greatest accomplishments, getting this program together. So I can't thank Thunder Studios, the NWA, New Japan, AEW, and I hate to not include everybody, but West Coast Pro Wrestling, FSW out of Las Vegas, and so many people all over the place who have contributed to this broadcast to keep it on the air, in demand, Fight TV, More Media, you know, Direct TV, all that stuff. And we'll be back.
And that's truly what the United Wrestling Network is all about, is collaboration and cooperation. And the fans and competitors of Primetime Live have so much to look forward to in the very near future. But right now it's time for everyone to take a holiday break, to look back and appreciate on everything that has been accomplished as we build excitement towards the first ever United World Champion, whether it be Chris Dickinson or Mike Bennett, and of course the continued growth of the United Wrestling Network and Primetime Live. And speaking of which, we'll be right back with more action.